Even today, if you find a native Maya, a native Apache, a Eskimo, a Inca, a Taino, put them all together, you see a lot of similarities in their features because they all come from a common ancestry. Some stayed in North America, some came in this area, some kept going on to South America. But it's generally believed that by 2500 BC, the Mayans were well established in what is now El Mundo Maya. The time frame archaeologists look at when talking about the Maya people is roughly 3,000 years from 1500 BC to 1500 AD. Divided in three parts, you have the pre-classic, classic, and post-classic. Pre-classic runs from 1500 BC to AD 250. Classic is AD 250 to AD 900. Post-classic, AD 900 up until arrival of the Spaniards in the 1500s AD. In the pre-classic, the Mayans made a transition from being a nomadic people to being a more sedentary people. In the classic period, known as the golden age of the Maya, having more time on their hands, they're no longer moving all over the place. They're no longer nomadic, so they have extra time to experiment with different things. This is when the civilization starts to, really accomplish some great things. They had their own calendar. They had numerical system using dots and bars. They had hieroglyphs. They could record information. They were studying the moon and the stars. They could predict when there's going to be an eclipse. They had accomplished so much great things that the late great scholar Sylvanus G. Morley referred to the Maya as the Greeks of the New World. Okay. However, about AD 900, the Maya civilization experienced a collapse. No one knows for sure what caused the collapse. You have some theories like peasant revolt, disease, natural disaster, but the more common theory we hear is the overpopulation theory. Because in Belize today we have less than 400,000 people. In just Belize, in the classic period of the Maya, you had over 2 million people living. So overpopulation is believed to have played a very important role in the downfall of the civilization. That takes us into the post-classic when everything is going downhill. You have mass migration out of this area, but they did not completely, totally disappear or vanish. If you read the history books, it'll tell you of the early Spanish and English people arriving here, having to contend with attacks from the native people that were still around. But they were not as advanced a civilization. They were not building pyramids and all that. They were just living basic, huts and so on throughout this region. All right. That's a little bit of background information on the Maya for the people who have not been before.